Another one of Mr. CreepyPasta. This one I really found fascination with. I was like, holy shit, that was scary. Forgive my language. If any of you are going to call me out for cursing, go ahead, try. But I'm trying to be inappropriate, okay? Anyway, so this story is a creepypasta, and it was written, I can't remember who it was, but the story was really, ooh. It's called The Nice Guy. It all started with 3 co-workers taking their lunch break. However, one of them complained, "My wife gave me tuna salad. She knows I hate this stuff." The co-workers knew about this. However, the guy's like, "I tried to tell her, but does she listen? No, she doesn't." However, one of the co-workers mentions that there was this one guy, and he goes, "Well, at least you're not like that one guy." However, one of the co-workers was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" So, the guy tells the story. The story goes that this so-called nice guy, he was known as a good worker and got everything on time. He was just perfect, and he did everything right. However, there was this new boss, this new manager, and he was nothing more than just a hotshot and a jerk-ass, thinking he was better than everyone, and he tells everyone that there's going to be this deadline coming up. Everyone was just dreaded, but the nice but perfect guy just beamed with pride. However, the manager gave a lot of paperwork to the nice guy. The nice guy always responds with, "Sure thing, boss." Then he would complete them all, giving it to the manager saying, "Here you go, all done." And he ends with, "Anything else I can do to help? I'm gonna leave for the day, so take care." The manager is shocked by how the guy did all of this correctly. Then he vowed to make this guy. The guy was going to pay big time, and he was going to snap at any second. This nice guy we can call Phil. Phil, the perfect nice guy. Phil was given even more tasks and assignments, but Phil took it as an optimistic stride, saying, "Sure thing, boss." And he ends it all great, all neat and all, and saying at the end, "Anything else I can do to help?" And he was on his way. Well, one day the manager pushed him a bit too far and gave him a harder task. So Phil managed to do it, but the manager said, "No, you did it wrong. Do it again and make sure you do it right." Phil felt as if he was crushed. So he did it again and again, but the manager, who was sneering at this, was really enjoying it. And Phil was so exhausted, he finally gave it. But the manager said, "Why did you do these numbers for last year? I said you could do it this year. Now listen to me, if you can't do this right, then I'm gonna kick your ass out of here so badly, you're gonna remember this for the rest of your life," or somewhere along those lines. It wasn't until Phil snapped. Phil then began to clean his glasses, close the blinds, and then there was this huge crash. The manager left the room, crying out, "Call security! Call security! Hurry!" And Phil came in with his knife that he uses to cut open boxes, and he was saying, "Sure thing! Sure thing! Sure thing!" Like he's in his mindset, he's like, "I am trying to do this right, and this is what you give me? Oh no, 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 no. I had enough. I had enough." Finally, security came, and managed to haul Phil away, who was kicking and screaming out profanities. However, that hotshot manager was fired. As it turns out, he was the one that started Phil's outrage. And Phil was sent to a mental institution, for a while at least. However, while the manager was gathering his things and leaving the office, he heard on the radio, and he was horrified to figure out that Phil had escaped. That's when one of the female workers felt as if she was hit by a door. She didn't see who came in, but she heard a voice. The woman tried to open the door, but found it was locked, but she could have sworn she heard Phil. However, there was a lot of thrashing and screaming, and Phil saying, "Anything else I can do to help, sir?" Then, once the door was open, Phil was gone. Only thing left was the dead manager, and his heart was gouged out. I'm like, holy cow. After the worker finished his story, one of the other co-workers was just shocked, but they wanted to know what happened to Phil. The co-worker managed to make up something. However, one of them, by the name of Kirby, said, "Oh, that's not what happened." And the guy's like, "Oh, really? How would you know?" And here's the twist. This is going to really scare you. The guy, by the name of Kirby, says, "Because the hospital doesn't even know I'm gone." And then one of the managers called out, "Hey, Kirb, I'm going to need you for a moment. Can you help me with something?" And Kirby says, "Sure thing, boss," and follows. But here's where things got really scary. Turns out, Kirby is Phil. Phil Curbson. Kirby Phillips. Isn't that freaky? My God. I'm like, holy shit. Kirby is Phil. He's Psycho Phil. I don't believe it. I'm like, oh, I'm getting chills. But yeah, it was so good. It was, oh my God, it was great. It was great.